I told you guys it'd be a week, and it was much less, so I expect a round of applause to be coming from you guys. We're going to go to Just now. Again, the first half was pretty great, especially the ending. I think it ended on such a high note with Nice Dream. So I've heard a lot about the second half and how it's quite different. So let's see what Just has to offer. Apparently the song has 33 different chords or something, which would definitely get rid of my 3-chord complaint. Ooh. It's like... This is Radiohead. Ooh, I love how the guitar is mimicking the melody line there. This is really dense music. This is complicated. This is exactly what I was missing on the first half. I love that constant ascension. Oh, what a solo. Oh! It's like the guitar is screaming almost. Pretty epic. Ooh, nice bass groove. Oh my god, that's smooth. This almost reminds me of the solo section of Paranoid Android. Whoa. Okay, well, any questions I had about complexity and their capabilities in the first half, those are definitely gone. What I love is hearing these songs that present Radiohead's style, their genuine core style that you like, just you know it sounds like Radiohead. They present it in these different formats throughout the years with different albums. And this is like the Ben's version of Radiohead here. The chord changes were beautiful. The rock sound mixed with it, though, is something that really puts Radiohead, like, stands them apart from other bands, I think, is putting those two genres together of just strange, wacky, incidental, random chords mixed with such a lively rock sound almost. It's really cool. My Iron Lung. Ooh, beautiful chords, and I love the bass groove. It's very simple. Nice ascending bass line again. I love that guitar tone. It's almost twangy, but not in an abrasive way. It's very high-end focused. And again, that's another theme that I've noticed is the guitar following the melody, which happened in Just as well. That's some nice fuzz. I also followed the lyrics, which is cool. What's really cool is they had like this super high-end twangy guitar that was playing for the first half of that verse, and then in the second half, you had a super mid-range and almost low-end guitar that was playing which is the exact opposite, to give the two contrasting sounds to make the verse really stand out in each half, which was really cool. I liked that. All right. Well, I definitely see where Muse got their Radiohead influence for showbiz. This melody is really beautiful. Ooh, nice guitar work here. Ooh. Guitar work is really good in this song. That's two songs in a row we had a really abrupt ending, which is kind of cool to see a consistent theme carried throughout. Surprisingly, I actually liked the quiet sections of that song more than the heavier rock sections in the chorus, or I don't know if that was technically considered like a bridge or a post-chorus, but in that heavier rock section, there was a lot of energy and a lot of intricate guitar work that I can appreciate from a musician standpoint, but just in terms of actually listening to it, it's not my favorite part that I've heard. So, anyways, let's continue to Bulletproof, ... I wish I was. Ooh. It's those space-like sounds, building the atmosphere of isolation and sadness. Very tasteful bass in the background as well. This is shaping up to be a great song. I'm assuming they're making those crazy noises with guitar again, as they typically do. Oh, it's just so dreamlike again. We all know what I think about those songs. Everything's just so held out open and legato, including his melody. This almost sounds like where Coldplay might have got some of their inspiration from. I love the vocal layering every time. It always comes off well. A nice final chord there. I will say that song didn't really do anything wonderfully spectacular, but for what it was, just a slow, light acoustic song, I thought it really did its job well. I thought it was definitely a nice lull in the album, just a lighter spot to let Tom York's vocals just shine through and let things mellow out for a bit. Now let's move on to Black Star. Ooh, I like just holding that note out, letting everything breathe. Oftentimes people forget that like a rest or deciding to do nothing is a choice in itself. And those conscious decisions to make things open up and to leave things with like an open space is what like sets a song apart. And if they had just kept strumming there, it would have made the song's intro so much less memorable. I do like how he changes up his singing style depending on the background instrumentation. He really like lets his voice shine through here in terms of power, but his cooing kind of comes out more in the lighter verse sections. Hear how here he's just singing so much more lightly. Ooh. Nice harmony. That was another one of those songs where there's a lot of valuable pieces in it, but as a cohesive unit, it was not my favorite. Again, it sounded very 90s, very nostalgic, but it didn't sound too much like Radiohead to me, other than in the verses. The chorus is really kind of where almost forgettable. There were good parts in this song, but again, not one of my favorites of the album so far. Now let's move on to Sulk. Yeah, this is more Radioheady already. Ooh, nice bass. Well, that unexpected second note. Listen to those background noises. See, this song could run into the same problem Black Star did for me, except I think his vocals shine through even more on the chorus of this song than they did on Black Star. I think his vocal power really is strong here. And listen to the instrumental intricacy here with the bass. Ooh, harmonies on the guitars now. Nice. Listen to those high notes. He's screaming those out. Sounds amazing. That song had a little bit more of the classic Radiohead in it and had a lot of really cool instrumental ideas that sold me on it. I definitely enjoyed listening to that one. Last song is Street Spirit, parenthesis, fade out, end parenthesis. Exciting. Their closers are always so good. I'm already saving this one. Ooh, beautiful voice too. This is haunting. It's beautiful. Wow. This might be my favorite on the album. Yeah, I'm feeling it. His melody on top of this guitar part is just so good. There's like the dissonant notes there in the background. Makes it even more haunting. Yes. Why are their closers always so perfect? It's not fair. And now they have a third guitar harmonizing. Wow. It's so easy to sing along to and catch on to, but it's so complex instrumentally still, which is like this perfect combination of accessibility and musical intricacy, which leads you to be able to return to something and still find it intriguing beyond one listen. Listen to those harmonies, backing vocals, just so good. What a beautiful way to end the album. Like, I feel like I say that every single time I listen to Radiohead because their endings are just so freaking good every time. From Wolf at the Door to True Love Waits, hit after hit every single time. Whew. That was a 10 out of 10 ending. And overall, I don't know where I'd place this album in my Radiohead rankings. Just because it's so different. It's such an outlier from everything I've heard so far, which is saying something considering how different all of Radiohead's stuff is. But even this one, more than others, I think, is different. It's definitely more accessible, Probably should have started with something like this when I first listened to Radiohead rather than OK Computer, and then going into like Kid A. I probably should have gone into the Bends because it would have been something with a reference point, and that's something you always need when you're listening to new music. If you have nothing to compare it to and it's just something completely out of the blue, so totally different from anything you've ever heard, there's a chance you might like it, but most of the time it's not going to stick with you as much as if it's similar to something you've somewhat enjoyed before. So, and all that said, I would probably put this towards the middle of my rankings. It's a very solid album, but I wouldn't put it near my top. That Closer, though, definitely pushed it up a few notches because that was just a perfect way to end the album. In any case, thank you guys for watching. There's a point in the video where there will probably be no visual because the camera runs out of footage after around 20-something minutes, and I forgot to hit record again after it did. So I did my best. I'm sorry. Mistakes were made. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.